And here we go, and we are live! This is the game. Hello guys, this is the game for the One Championship Athlete. And we are live in my new podcast, Game Talk. Voila. Did I say it was live? Yeah, we are live. Okay guys, super happy today. I will welcome one of One Championship star, none less than the Archangel, Anthony Engelen, who is with us live today. Welcome, Anthony.
What's up, Arnaud? How are you?
I'm doing fucking amazing, and I'm so happy to finally, because guys, like 3 or 4 times we're trying to get that podcast together, and finally today we will be able to ask our question to the Archangel MMA fighter from One Championship. But before, Anthony, let's get our welcoming title.
Okay.
Voilà, that was dope.
That was dope.
I'm very proud of my introduction.
Pretty good, bro.
For you guys, for you fans, now if you are fans of MMA, you know Anthony. It would be a shame if you don't know who is the Archangel, but let's pretend you don't know. Guys, let's have a little short highlight of Anthony's best fight. Game on.
Anthony, the Archangel, Engelen!
The Archangel really has a diverse skill set. He is good on that feet, and he has a solid ground game. You put this guy on his back, and he is attacking from all angles. Oh, he caught him flash!
It's good night early. Open the fridge, he's out cold.
Now looks for the opportunity, seizes it, hits the takedown. Right back to the inside comes Engelen.
And he's coming up with more left, right, and AJ Lias Mansour has gone down, and Anthony Engelen has just finished this one with a shocking left and right hand.
And welcome back. And this is the Archangel from One Championship. Anthony, thank you for being with us today. So, please, tell us about you. Like, who's the Archangel?
Who is the Archangel? Wow. Man, well, I've been doing MMA for quite a bit now. Training for about like 15 years approximately, of which the last 6 years professionally, most of that time with one championship. Living in Indonesia for the last 13 years approximately, and the most part of it was in Jakarta, and we just moved to Bali about 2 years ago, just before COVID hit. Yeah, what else? I'm married to a lovely wife, Amelia. We got two little dogs, two little pit bulls, and for the rest, Arnaud, we're just living the life here in Bali, training hard every day.
So we definitely gonna talk about Bali, because Bali is one of my dream destinations. I'm living not really far, but thanks to COVID, all my plans been scratched.
Yeah.
So soon, I guess we will finally get some mad time together. Anthony, where is your training base? So you told me right now Bali. Can you tell us more about your training camp? Tell us about the gym. Can you tell us a bit about your weekly schedule? Fans, they don't really know what we are doing on a daily base, on a weekly base to get ready to competition, to battle.
Right. So my headquarters is Bali MMA. It's the largest, the best training facility here in Bali, if not in the whole of Indonesia. We got very high level coaches. We got very high level fight team that fight all around the world. People coming in, well, I mean, that was of course pre-COVID, people coming in from everywhere in the world to train with us. It's not exactly like that anymore. The people who are still here are mostly the long-term people that were already here, amongst myself, exactly. Regarding my weekly schedule, well, it's training every day, basically about 2 trainings a day, 2 different fight trainings. It can be one jiu-jitsu training, one kickboxing training, can be a strength and conditioning, can be an MMA training, no gi. So every day slightly different, but usually about two times a day, and that's aside from my teaching as well, because I teach PTs on the side as well. So I would say it's a pretty busy schedule.
Wow, yeah. And that's what the fans don't know, is most of us professional athletes, we train ourselves, but on the side of that, because you don't pay all the bills, we also have to teach and to do.
Exactly. Especially in these times during this weird Corona times, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Tough time. My dear Anthony, I just pop a question. What is your toughest fight to date? You are like, if my memory is right, I tried to Google a bit about your background, your fighting skill. I'm a big fan, I have to admit. I love the mindset, I love the skills, I love the way you sell your character as an Archangel. So, fight-wise, the career as a 8-7 pro fighter, 15 times in a cage. What is your toughest fight to date?
That's a good question. I would have to say when I went against either Christian Lee or against Gary Tonin, one of the two. They were both
Yeah.
they were both pretty tough fights. Christian Lee. Oh, hello. Someone just wants to say hi.
Oh.
Hello. Say hi, Rollo.
Hello, cutie pie.
So they both were really tough fights. Where Christian Lee was pretty early in my career, where Gary Tonin was one of my last fights. Yeah, both opponents were very strong. I think Gary Tonin actually might have been a tougher fight because I was just not able to launch any offense against him. I mean, basically, the guy took me down after a weak low kick. He took me down, and once that guy gets a hold of you, I mean, you're not going anywhere. You know, it's a strong guy. I got to give him that.
People don't realize how strong. I never faced him, but I rolled with him, and I had the chance to face Aoki. Those guys are crazy strong, and they don't realize that how strong. And I think I'm a strong guy. It's insane. It's like
yeah, totally. I mean, I think also what played a role. I mean, he was definitely a bit bigger than I was. He definitely cut a little bit more weight than I did. You know, whenever I fight at featherweight in one championship, I cut weight for like a week, and that's it. You know, it's like super easy for me to get to 70 kilos. That's why later in my career, the guys became a little bit bigger than I was. That's why when I kind of decided to drop down to bantamweight. But yeah, that being said, Gary Tonin was a very strong opponent, and that was definitely a tough fight. Definitely a tough fight.
Mm. Okay, I definitely agree. Few had the chance to go from one organization to another. I mean, like back and forth. I saw you, and we discussed just before launching that stream that you are maybe, I don't know, only if you are an Asian fighter, I mean, like Japanese fighter, very few have the chance to go, as an example, from one championship to another organization, then come back to one championship. And I saw you did it with your fight in I think it was Brave. I'm not so sure it was
Yeah.
Brave. Yes, Brave. And you had the chance to leave one championship, then fight in Brave and come back in one championship. How come?
Well, long story short, I was doing pretty well before I left one championship. I was on a winning streak. Then there were some internal problems with my team and my coach back then, which caused a separation from our team with one championship. Very unfortunate situation. But I always remained in good. I always remained in touch with the guys from one championship. Whenever they would have an event in my hometown or in Jakarta, I would always go there and support my other friends, or I would coach one of the other fighters, and I would always have a chat with the staff there. So yeah, in that time, I got asked to fight for a different organization, like you just said, in Brave, and also one time for a Dutch organization back in Holland. But yeah, I always stayed in good touch with one championship, and I think in 2018 they asked me to come back again, which of course I did, you know, because it's the big organization where I started off at, and I've always enjoyed my time there. So for me, that was an easy decision.
That makes sense. I mean, like it's difficult not to agree on the fact that they are the biggest organization in Asia. They really, one championship is really the East organization, and UFC and the West organization.
Yep.
It's tough not to agree with that. Anthony, let's get back in the day. 2017. For me, by far, 2017 KO of the year in one championship. So, yeah, for those who didn't see it, hey, I got a little video because I done my class before starting this podcast.
Anthony Engelen has just finished this one with a shocking left and right hand.
Your referee, Yuji Shimada, has put a stop to this fight after 1 minute and 42 seconds in the first round for your winner by way of knockout, Anthony Engelen!
So the victor the spoils, and that's a big smile on his face, and it'll take some wiping off.
Yes, and by KO, and that's I told you I'm a fan. I love it. I think this KO is wild. It's wild, and I do not believe AJ was back after that knockout. I understand it was a career-ending performance. I mean, like on his side. Hello, NJ, if you're watching. Sorry, man. How did I mean, like that's. Yeah, 2017 KO of the year for one championship, in my opinion. So, how did you feel that moment?
Well, yeah, I mean, that was an unreal moment, Arnaud. Man, that was actually my first KO ever. And, to have such a highlight reel KO is just amazing, And because I'll tell you something, coming into that fight, for some reason, I didn't have a great fight camp. I wasn't feeling at my best. A few things were just not optimum. Just having a little bit of doubts towards the end of the fight camp. That's always a bad thing, I think. And I remember going into, let me see. I think going into the cage and doing the face-off or stare-down with AJ. And I remember him standing in front of me, and I'm looking at his biceps and his legs. I'm like, shit, this guy is huge. I mean, his biceps are my legs. His legs are twice my legs. Oh, he's always when I speak a little bit of this, he always gets so big. He's so cute.
Jealous. Yeah, people don't realize that. I know AJ very well. He's massive.
Yeah.
Like, his
totally.
quadriceps he look almost like a bodybuilder who switched to MMA. I mean, like his body shape is insane. And if I'm right, I think he just got rewarded his black belt. So congrats, AJ.
Yes.
Good job, my man.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a very strong man and a very strong wrestler. I mean, like he's well known for his wrestling abilities.
So when I was in front of him, I'm like, damn, like. I got to make sure I stay out of his way, because if he connects one hand or one good leg, I'm going to be in trouble. So that was a little bit of the plan. And very soon I noticed, and my coach was saying it as well in the background, that he's too slow. I'm faster than him. And sure enough, he was throwing a few punches, and I just stepped out of the way, and I just saw it coming, So luckily I was a little bit faster than him. And at one point, I saw him. He was moving one way along the cage and then went back along the cage. And he made a mistake then. And I don't know if I actually saw that at that moment, but when I look at the video, I clearly can see that the mistake he made was that he crosses his legs when he's moving sideways. The biggest mistake, MMA 101, martial arts 101, never cross your legs when going sideways or backways. And then when he did that, that's when I fired a combination. And I caught him with, just opening up a little bit with the uppercut, a 3-2, and then finish it off with just a good 2 straight on the button. A small 3 afterwards, and it
was nasty.
I'll tell you this. I was of course very ecstatic when it happened. I jump on the cage and everything, and but then as soon as I jump off again, I'm like, oh, is he okay? The guy said, no, just don't worry about it. After the fight, I went to the because obviously we always have to go to the first aid room. Even if there's nothing wrong with you, you just have to do a medical checkup. And I saw AJ there, and he gave me a big hug, and I said, "Everything's okay, brother," and ever since we became good friends, So that's really awesome.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. So I see. I was trying to go faster than you, Anthony, and I already popped the question. But the Bruno Pucci, I was misspell his name. The Bruno Pucci fight.
Yes.
Is a rematch something you want? Is this in your future? Because watching the fight, the first round, when the second round started, I was like, Anthony's gonna catch him sooner or later. And I was honestly, my money was on you on that fight. And sometimes there is some fight you should win, but you lose them, and sometimes there is fight that you win and you should have. It's
sure.
a random sport. So the Pucci fight, where you at?
So my fight with Bruno Pucci was my very first fight in one championship. My very first fight in one championship, and he already had a few fights. The guy was a world champ, BJJ black belt, and wow. I mean, there was a little. He wanted to take me down as soon as possible. He didn't want to take any chances. He got me down. He held me. He got back control for a full round. Wasn't able to finish it. And then in the second round, I made a mistake. He got my back again. And then he was able to finish it. So yeah, that was about 5-6 years ago, something like that. And we both had really good fights after that. We both fought really high level opponents. We both had our wins. We both had our losses. And when was it, like a month ago, I asked my fans on Instagram, which fight would you like to see me do? Would you like to see me do a rematch, or who would you like to see me fight again soon? And surprisingly enough, a lot of people answered, we'd like to see a Bruno Pucci rematch. So, we started a little bit of, friendly banter back and forth. Basically, I said, Bruno, listen, bro, are you down for a rematch? He said, let's go. One championship, semi-location.
Well, I love it.
Right?
Well, it's not an exclu, but if you are watching that podcast, that stream with our friend Anthony Engelen, just tag Bruno in the comment. Don't be shy. Let's create some buzz. I mean, I would love to see that fight again. It would be a more complicated fight, I think, from both sides, because Bruno also gets better.
Definitely.
He's training now with the Lee family, if I'm right, because Bruno Pucci is Angela Lee's husband, and I do believe he's training with Christian and the whole family. So he must be better than he used to be 5-6 years ago. But
for sure,
I have no doubt that the Archangel is also sharper than back in the days.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Mr. Engelen. So 2020, 2021, killers for the sport. We know it was extremely difficult for us to be back to the fighting business because of COVID. Thanks COVID. What can we expect 2022 for the Archangel? Back at it again?
Yeah, 100%, Arnaud. Listen, before this bloody Corona situation, I was really active. I had 5 fights in 7 months. I did a back-to-back fight within a week difference and everything. Unfortunately, my last few fights were losses, and I'm really eager to make up to that one. And I'm still feeling very fit. I'm still strong. Still training hard, and man, I just want to get cracking again. I just need to get back in the cage, because it has been a while. And let's be honest, we're not getting any younger. So I really want to,
especially me. Come on.
Especially you've been at it longer than I have.
Oh, come on, man! Don't tell me that. I know. It's complicated. So 2022 definitely back in one. And maybe
Well,
we can.
in all honesty, bro, I am very much aiming to be back this year still.
In one championship.
Yes, 100%, 100%.
Okay. Then one championship. If you're listening right now to this podcast, and I'm sure you do because we know each other, guys. Bring back the Archangel in the cage. Come on, he won it. Everybody won it, and I want to see that rematch. What advice would you give to the 2015 Anthony Engelen heading to his first pro fight in a major league? If I can turn back time, use my special machine, time traveling machine, and I say, okay, Anthony, you can tell something to your 2015 version of yourself. What would you say?
Wow, that's a good question. My advice would be don't throw lazy low kicks, because especially against high-level BJ opponents, they will just catch it and take you down. So that's a good one.
I did that shit.
And the other advice would be to just train at Bali MMA full time already since then. Because I always went to Bali MMA to do my fight preparation. Whether it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But in my off time, I would still be in my gyms in Jakarta. But that's just not optimal, Here in Bali, it's 6 days a week. 6 days a week training, high-level opponents, high-level partners, high-level coaches.
Training partners.
Yes. I know exactly.
I don't know with you anymore. No, I changed my mind.
I mean, I would have been way higher if I would have done that from the start.
I do believe. So I remove the question. You see, up. I sweep it. Just a minute about Bali MMA. So high level coach, many black belts. I'm very Tiger Muay Thai-ish because I used to train at Tiger Muay Thai. But Bali MMA, Leone's brothers, if I'm right. Voilà. Right. Striking, two black belt, very, very, very high level black belt. Striking coach. Who's the striking coach? You have a striking coach?
All right. So, Anthony and Andrew Leone are the co-owners of the gym, both black belts. Anthony fought in Bellator and a few other organizations. Andrew was the number one contender in one championship in the bantamweight division. The other head coach, wrestling coach, is Donnie, Don Carlo Kraus, also a black belt. We had a few more black belts for the mats. And then our striking coaches, we had two guys from New Zealand who are with us for quite a long time. They just very recently moved out. And at the moment, we have a few other very high-level team members that take care of the striking program at Bali MMA. So check out the website www.balimma.com for more information. It's the best team in Bali or in Indonesia.
That's how you do it. You see, like I was like to Google it up and beam Bali publicity. Voilà. Leone brother, I hope they're doing amazing. 2 more questions, and I give you back your freedom, Mr. Anthony Archangel Engelen. Outside of the fight business, allez, tell us about the man behind the killer, the cage killer. Any passion, hobbies? What is the life outside of punching people in the face?
The life outside of punching people in the face. Of course, my lovely wife. That comes very high. I have to say, otherwise, she'd probably punch me in the face. My two little doggies. You just met one of them. Here they are. They take a big part of my life as well. For the rest, my other big passion is food. Sports and food, they go hand in hand, and I take my food very serious. Especially when I'm fighting in a different country. A big part of my fight preparation is actually researching restaurants to visit in the country where I'm going to fight at. Yeah, right. I love that. I love that.
French guy, what you want, French guy?
Right, exactly. Yeah, for the rest, just enjoying the good life, Arnaud. Trying to, like I said, survive, live life. Take my dogs to the beach. Go out and eat sometimes, and and I'm in the process of launching my online course. That's something I've been working on behind the scenes, and
feel free to tell us more about it. So online course for the martial art.
Yes. So it's gonna be an online course where I will teach the students the principles of MMA striking, basic striking principles, BJJ principles, MMA principles. I'm going to start off with the basics, for the wider population, just to get them the basics. And once that's up and running, then I'd like to start focusing more on the more advanced students. And because I see a lot of courses out there, and I see a lot of coaches out there, and I'm like, that's not really great what you're teaching, guys. I'll give that a shot.
Wow! So I will definitely welcome you back in this podcast when the whole course will be ready. I can't wait to see that. I'm sure it's gonna be successful because your skills are already proven a long time ago. Anthony, already more than 30 minutes in the books, and I'm gonna give you the final word of the champ. Here is your open mic. Talk to the fan,
right.
Talk to the fan. Shoot out to your Facebook, your page, your Instagram, anything. Call out anybody. Do your thing.
All right. Well, guys, thanks everyone for checking me out here on Arnaud's podcast. It was a pleasure to be here. First and foremost, man, I just want to thank everyone. I definitely hope to be back in the cage doing what I love very soon. So stay in touch, everyone. Be sure to check out One Championship. Check out Bali MMA Instagram. Check out my Instagram to follow what I'm up to every day. Anthony Engelen at Instagram. Yeah, man. Check it out. I'll be back soon in the cage, 100%. That's it for me.
Wait for that. And we can't wait to see you back, Anthony. Much love from Vietnam. I am in Vietnam. I know you are in Indonesia. Stay safe. Stay strong. Stay awesome.
Safe. Stay healthy. And together we're going to beat this crazy time in the world for sure.
I really hope so. Much love. Stay awesome. And don't forget to comment, like the page, subscribe, and see you soon, Anthony.
For sure, bro. For sure.
Allez, game on, my friend. Thanks again. You did amazing.